Hello, sports fan. This is Stephen Hill with Sports Choice Plus. I'm bringing you a very special breakdown. I'm going to be covering have the Clippers missed their opportunity. Before I get right into it, I'm going to make sure that you're subscribed to the YouTube channel so you can get all the updates and all the breakdowns. Without further ado, let's get right into it. The Los Angeles Clippers were at peace with letting Paul George go, and it's all because over 1 year. Paul George went to free agency wanting 4 years on a contract, and Los Angeles only wanted to commit to 3. From the standpoint of them being a great basketball team that could possibly get better, you look at this as a step back. With them losing Paul George and only having Kawhi, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook, and a couple of different pieces on the side, you think this is a detrimental move to the organization because not only does it make them a lesser team, Kawhi is not going to be playing more games. They paid Kawhi because they need to fill butts in seats. They paid James Harden. And let's be honest, James Harden's probably going to have to revert back to the old James Harden as far as shooting more volume shots, shooting at a more reckless pace and not really playing point guard, but really playing point scorer. From the everything that Paul George hit on his team, he played defense well. He hit a couple of their defensive deficiencies when he could, when he was playing against the best player on the opposite team. Not only that, but you got to think, Kawhi's not getting any younger. James doesn't play any defense. Russell Westbrook didn't get any better. You got to think the overall nucleus of this team. I'm just going to be honest with you. The Clippers should honestly think about rebuilding because with everything in the West, you got to ask yourself, how much do you really think you're going to go up against Denver? How much do you really think you're going to go up against Dallas? You're not going to be beating a lot of these teams, the Timberwolves. You're not going to be competitive in beating these teams. So why not rebuild? Like Steve Ballmer has to fill butts in those seats in that new arena he's filling, but at what cost? You should have signed Paul George to 4 years. You should have, because at that point, you still have something to actually hang your hat on. You could possibly move Kawhi. You could possibly make different changes. And even if you wanted to let Kawhi walk in free agency, you could have gotten DeMar DeRozan. So it's a number of things that this team has been, it's questionable moves. I would not have let Paul George go, but they definitely missed their window. When Paul George left for free agency at that point, you got to think, you have to think, what are we doing here? You overpaid James Harden at this point, and you don't really have a plan for the offense. You don't really have a plan for this team. You don't have size. You don't have depth. So at what point do you really say, okay, well, what direction are we going in? Tyronn Lue has his work cut out for him. And I think that, overall, their opportunity to win a championship is now gone. So that's a harsh reality for a lot of these teams because once you see you don't get a free agent or you don't get the certain movement in a draft or something like that, it's dog eat dog in the NBA. So the Clippers, they're not going to have a great season. I feel like if they make the playoffs, it's going to be one of the 8th, 7th, or 6th seeds. It's not going to be a high seed. And I think they don't have a real direction. So at the end of the day, what do you Clippers fans feel? What do you NBA fans feel? Get in the comment section below. Definitely check out Sports Choice Plus, and we'll see you on the very next video.